sit down.
Afternoon, folks. Colin here. Festa 67's workshop.
And it's me, Dave, at Model Maker Dave's workshop. Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's well.
How are you all? Hope everything looks all right. Yeah, guess who got distracted and forgot that he was doing a live show?
Oops. It wasn't me.
No, it was me.
This time, I'm innocent.
I'm sitting here filming the Death Race diorama progress and all of that, and my phone looks at me and starts vibrating and flashing live in 15 minutes. I'm like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing today. Righty-o, folks. Let's have a quick looky-loos in the chat, and then we'll tell you what we're going to be up to. Tanya's in. Afternoon, she says. Afternoon, Tanya.
Hello, Tanya.
Jacqueline's in. Hi, everyone. Hi, Jackie. AD over at Smurfworks is in. Hello, AD. Hope you're doing all right. What else have we got? People saying hello to each other there. Tanya's saying hello to Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Tanya.
Model Maker Dave saying hello to everyone. What's that? Scruffy's in saying hi, everyone. Hi, Scruffy. Hope you're doing all right. Smurfworks in. Oh dear, Colin. And old man syndrome. Common Road Junction Archie's in. Hello, mate. How you doing? And didn't know you was on today. Yeah, it was a last minute decision, mate. Dave been off on holiday today, and yeah, we just thought we'd do a little show there. It was on my channel a couple of days ago, Dave, wasn't it? I put a thing up on there after Sunday because you said you was off. So yeah, it's been on there a few days. What else have we got? That's pretty much Jacqueline saying hello to Archie, and that was a nice speedy catch up of the chat, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh. So what are we going to be doing?
I've no idea. You haven't told me yet.
Yeah, we are going to be doing one of them, folks.
Yeah, one of them.
That's what we've decided to do today. We're going to do an Empire State building. And these, again, are little Ravensburger 3D puzzles. But these ones, I've got lighting in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dave's doing electricity. Well, I say electricity. He's going to put some batteries in it and switch it on. But it's as near as damn it a start. But, yeah,
well, I'll put batteries in when I get the batteries for it. But
yeah, he's got no batteries. Yeah. Luckily for me, I'm going to run mine off me mains. So, yeah, I may have modified it and got the saw out. And, yeah, mine's going to run off of my DC converter next to me just to switch it on.
Now, that's unusual of you. Get your saw out.
Yeah, I may have modified it, and there's Festa's been at it with his wiring and his adapter. But anyways, so that's what we're going to be doing, folks.
Yeah, mine's that intact that I haven't even taken the cellophane off.
No, it's one of them, innit? We've got our usual set of destructions, but these are just little things we got into. We did one, didn't we? We did the Harry Potter bus a little while ago, and we got into that. And we've both got a little stash of these things sat there. And we're going to be doing one New Year's Eve. That'll be quite relevant. So we'll be doing that. So you get a New Year's bit of entertainment with us two idiots. So you've got another one coming today, haven't you? The Statue of Liberty, which we've both got. So
yeah, that should be here sometime this afternoon, I think.
Absolutely. So that's what we're going to be doing, folks. I don't know whether we'll get them finished. I don't know. We're just going to go, David, we and pop her along and do our thing and see how it comes out. So
Go with the flow and see what happens.
yeah, someone's just said something about there that they're doing. I do believe Adi may have made a video. I might be wrong. I'm sure someone said something about editing then. Oh yeah, there you go. Look, he's done some filming for his channel. Good boy. He may have got nagged on Wednesday about it. When I did the patron hangout, I may have inadvertently said, "Wait, so you're filming a video tomorrow for your channel, Aid? You're filming a video tomorrow for your channel, Aid?" And then I found out that Sue has got no content on her YouTube channel, so I started picking on Sue as well.
Oh, you're brave.
I know. Reese is in, RJC. Hello, fellas. Hello, Reese. Hope you're doing all right, guys.
Hello, Reese. All right, are we?
Yeah. So I am sure AD will be telling me all about that. So well done, mate. Okay, I think we'll switch over to t'other camera and have a little looky-loo at what's going on there. Which one is it? It should be that one. There you go. And put a bit of light on. How's that? There you go, folks. And I'll just move my big bottle of drink out of the way. You don't want to be staring at that. Yeah. I have a frantic rearrange around on my bench as well because there's something on my bench that someone can't see yet. They're not allowed to. So I had to frantically move it because it was right in the middle of the camera shot. And they would have gone, oh, yeah. I've got some bits scattered on the bench. Let's bring me light down so that it's not in the way of that. And then I can read me chat off as well. So, in theory, that should work. I've got my chat on the screen, literally just there. So yeah, pretty easy to follow instructions in these if anyone's thinking of grabbing one. Nice little day glow picture on the front. And then you do it in stages. So we're going to be coming down the left side of the page first. So we'll do the base and then we'll then build the first raised platform and work our way up the building and see how far we get with it, Dave, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's, I don't know how many bits in this, 216. So there's a fair old few bits. So we'll have a looky-loo and see how we get on.
More than enough.
And again, normal Ravensburger way of doing things. The pieces are numbered with arrows to make it easier for you. Reese is saying he's okay. Tanya's going, Colin nearly lost all his brownie points. Why is that, Tan? What have I done wrong? I don't get that. It was only that there was something on the bench that I may. Well, yeah. She just wants to deduct my brownie points. I know she does. That's cruel. My brownie points.
Is she being cruel again?
Yeah, I earned them brownie points. They're mine.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it was a Wibblekins. I'll tell you what we could have done. We could have tried to get hold of or I might actually be able to 3D print a couple. Is we should have 3D printed a couple of King Kongs, shouldn't we, and have them stuck on top of the tower.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. That's a good shout, that one.
Yeah, you like that, don't you? So leave that to me. I'll have a little looky-loo and see whether I can find. I'm going to put some extra fin on that because that's a wobbly piece, that one. Piece number 4 going into the corner there. So I am going to glue mine on.
Oh, you got the wobbles, have you?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a loose fitting piece on number 4 there. The bit that pokes out is a bit wobbly, so I am gluing mine because I can. And also because it's the base as well, it's like, yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? Dare I say it, Dave, they glue well, don't they, these bits?
They do.
As we discovered when we did our Harry Potter buses.
Oh, I enjoyed doing that. That was a good laugh, that was.
They are interesting little puzzles, I find, you know. Yeah. Nat's in, everyone. She said, hi, everyone. Only in for 10 or 15 minutes. She's waiting for Connor and Paige to come out of school. Good girl. Hello, Nat. You're right, my darling.
Right, Nat.
Well, and look out for Nat tonight with the lovely Jacqueline doing the Friday Gem Show on Diamond Art.
Doing their thing tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, 2 of our favourite ladies that are doing their thing in the wonderful world of Diamond Art, and I must pull my finger out and do a bit more on mine because with Tanya in the mood to steal my brownie points at the slightest prompt, the least I can do is start getting back on with me Diamond Art because I'm not going to have loads of brownie points otherwise, am I? I'm going to have none. Mind you, though, I will have the largest wheelbarrow full of brownie points soon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Proper brownie points, mate, with what I'm up to, yeah. Nim saying she's just finished The Prisoner. Quano Man's in saying, hi, everyone. Hello, Quano Man. Hope you're doing all right, mate.
Hello, Quano Man. So I'm just going to people's at the moment.
Oh, dear, he's off. Sorry about this, folks.
Oh, come on, I had to get one in somewhere.
You're bad.
I don't. So I haven't got any brownie points to lose, so.
No, I see. I see. Like that already, is it with you? That's right. Git.
Start as you meet to carry on.
Absolutely, mate. Nat saying she's good to her. Thanks, Archie. Looking forward to Lewis coming home tonight. AD saying just let us know when you can expect the postie. I'll let you know when the wife has been to the post office, mate. It's obviously, as you know, Aid, I don't go out, so H limits massive interactions with lots of people because obviously having me on a curfew, so to speak, she's very careful about where she goes. So I'll leave it to her for when she posts it. But I'll let you know once she's been, mate. Right. I think to keep that in one position, I'm going to shove that on there out of the way. Dum dum da dum dum da dum. So let's shove that on there like that. See? So, there you go. Yeah. They went all out with the base, didn't they?
Well, yeah, it was, crikey.
Right, where did I put that? Where that's going to be safe. Yeah, festa and things that go somewhere safe. This can only go well then. I need.
It can only go one way.
I need that bit. I probably need them bits today. And if I shove that by powers of production in there, it's now safe. There you go. Sling that out there. And they're the other bits of the building. Have you a bit of that? And we're now on there. Oh, we're on the squiffy, sticky, outy stuff. Bit of sandpaper there, Carl. Right. Number 23. No. I forgot how small these numbers are, Dave. I'm going to put my magnifiers on.
That's why I swapped my glasses over. Oh, dear.
Yeah, we are men, folks, of a certain age.
Yeah, it happens, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. We've done really well as well. We ain't wibbled much, have we?
Well, not yet.
No, I mean, in general this week, we've not had a damn good wibble, Dave.
No, but there's plenty of time.
Mind you, though, we haven't really seen each other, have we? So. What
am I looking for now? Number 12.
Yeah, I'm sort of. Yeah. There's some interesting little shapes on some of these bits and all, and I was looking at some of them earlier, and it was curiosity got to me. It was, I wonder how they've shaped them, and quite impressive. If you haven't done one of these, folks, I would recommend grabbing one.
Yeah, definitely have a go because it's a little bit different.
Well, yeah, I mean, we wasn't sure, was we, at first, how these would translate trying to do a live stream with them. But
yeah, it was a bit, have we done the right thing here?
Yeah, but we're pretty much sort of, yeah. Dad's in, saying hello to everyone. Hello, Dad.
Hello, Mike. How you doing, fella?
The wonderful Eileen is okay today, mate.
Oh, no, I want that down there. Oh, I'm still looking for number 12. Number 12. Where is number 12?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, we got Big Ben, haven't we? Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
To do, and
yeah. What I'm going to do is it Leaning Tower of Pisa or something?
Something like that, wouldn't it? So yeah, we've seen quite a few of them, and it's funny in our little patron hangouts. Paul's done one, and he's done a Harry Potter bus. Sue's done a few. Tanya's got a couple in her stash of these.
Yeah, they've all suddenly caught on, haven't they?
Yeah, I think it was Buckingham Palace that she's done, and that was looking a good one. She's either done it or she's bought it, one of them. Sue's been doing the Hogwarts, hasn't she? The Hogwarts.
Oh, the castle, yeah.
And that looks mint and all. So there's loads of different ones out there, Pete's. Paul's got a black pearl, hasn't he?
Yep.
In his collection. So he, having successfully done a bus and remained remarkably wibble-free, I must admit, during the process.
Oh, yes. Talking of Paul and his wibbles, as some of the videos that I was going through whilst doing the one I did this afternoon or this morning, I found an audio file of Paul in full wibble mode.
Oh, good man.
Now, I will have to extract the sound file.
Yes.
And I'm sure you would like a copy.
Yes, because I have a video. Yes, I have a video of Captain Wibble in full-blown Wibble mode. And yes, it's impressive.
I get the feeling he's not going to get away with it.
It's there as ammunition for future reference in case it's required.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's one of those, oh, that might come in handy as a bargaining tool of some kind. Yeah. Which will probably go well for him and then badly for me. So,
Wouldn't surprise me. Right, so.
But no, it is entertaining because it doesn't take much, does it, to trigger him off?
No, I think
we may mess with him a little bit just to get the beginnings of a wibble going. And
well, you've only got to mention parking and
it don't take a lot, Dave, does it? And normally any form of politics or current affairs in the UK to do with the world being on fire. And yeah, he's off then, isn't he? And we just sit back with a cup of tea and watch him go because he disappears and then he comes walking back in and goes, oh, and another thing. And then he starts all over again, folks. And it is really quite entertaining, Dave, isn't it?
He's probably sat there swearing at us. You know, having a wibble.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, mate. Nothing wrong with having a good wibble, is there?
Right. 23 to 92. Oh, blimey.
Reckon it's going to be one of those bits because it's got a tab on it, so we need. And it's probably staring right at me because that's normally what happens. I can't leave it out because it looks like it's a crucial bit.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dom 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 dom.
No, I've not been watching that lately.
Oh, what bit of the old Captain Scarletage?
No, I've kind of missed out on that. I must.
That's a bit shoddy, then, Dave.
Hmm?
So that's unusual and a bit shoddy, then, isn't it? Not watching a bit of Captain Scarlet, mate.
It's a bit wrong. Need to rectify said error. Ooh.
Knew it would be right in front of me. Let's turn that keyboard off. Yeah, see you when you get. Pardon, mate. See you when you get home, Nat. Archie's saying he's got 2 Revell Star Wars kits and he can't find them anywhere. Oh, yeah, I know that feeling, Archie. You sit there, don't you? And you go, right, I'm going to put them somewhere safe.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I can imagine you've done what I normally do, mate. And I'm notoriously spending time, keep going through me stash, looking for something. Yeah. It's like, really? So I know that feeling, mate.
And then when you can't find it, you go into self-driven full wibble mode, don't you?
Well, you go into a panic mode, don't you? Because you think you've thrown it. And I do that a lot. You know, I get myself a bit stressed or a bit anxious because I think, have I thrown that out? Has that gone to the bin man? And you're like, no, I haven't thrown. So you start going through your memory, thinking of everything that you've done or tried to do and all of that, and you get yourself in such a pickle. And whilst doing that, you then normally look up and staring back at you is what you've been looking for. And it's like, really? So I know how you feel, Archie. It can be quite traumatic, should we say. Hopefully you find it, mate, because, yeah, there it is, number 30. Oh, yeah. Fred's in saying hello. Hello, Fred. All right, mate.
Hello, Fred. How you doing?
You haven't missed a lot, mate. This is one of our impromptu shows because Dave's got the day off work. So, yeah. Also, I think Chris is going live at some point today as well. So we might end up overlapping somewhere. So,
oh, right. Okay.
yeah, I've not long found out that he's going live. So, apologies, Chris, blah, 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 and all of that lot. I didn't think Fox did these shows until later in the day on a Friday. But if we overlap, my apologies. But this has been on the YouTube for a week, the link. So people would have seen that we was going live, I would have thought.
Well, you would hope so.
Yeah, but apologies anyway. But he's got his unique crowd anyway, so hopefully it won't impact him.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so.
I wouldn't have thought so. We're only a couple of little fellas just doing our bit.
Yeah.
Very cleverly made, though, this, I must admit. I'm sort of the engineering side of your nature creeps in, doesn't it? And you look at how they've done it and you're like, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Very impressive. I like Ravensburger puzzles, you probably noticed.
Well, I don't dislike them. I
put
them together.
Yeah, it's got electricery in it as well. So, anything with electricery in it for me is mint.
I'll just stick to putting my batteries in it.
Yeah, I've got a few projects that I've got laying around the workshop that I've got to get back into building, and there's quite a lot of electricery on them, so the patrons are going to be in for a treat because it's all going to go up on there. So yeah, the whole assembly and thing with the Voyager and all of that lot. So any of them that aren't or are wavering on doing electricery are in for a treat. I mean, yeah, in the past it's got me in trouble doing electronics, but I am still going to be doing it on my Patreon, so
yeah.
Why not? Why should I be the one who doesn't do it anymore? Yeah. So we'll have a bit of that. That actually strengthens up quite nicely as well. Phil Bolton's in, saying hello. Hello, Phil. Hope you're doing all right, mate. I'll try and keep an eye on the chat as I go, folks. But yeah, I do get engrossed sometimes, so I don't mean anything by it. So I will try and keep an eye on it for you all. I'll do my best. Like so, and like so. There you go. So you've been filming, you were saying then, Dave?
Yeah, I've filmed a what's in the box for the newly acquired Hasegawa 135th front loader.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, I thought I would do something a little bit different.
Yeah. You liked my little shameless plug straight into what you've been up to there, didn't you? Well, it is a bit different, mate. You need to oil that chair and all. Yeah, it's something different, mate, isn't it? Yeah, it is, Cole. Yeah, I thought that, mate.
Yeah, it is, Cole. Well, what kind of set me off on the construction side of things was getting that bulldozer.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, why not?
Yeah, I shall probably pick up the digger in the new year. Get that in the stash ready to go because...
Oh, what, the Panda one?
Yeah, because you know what'll happen. It'll go on a super deal and I'll miss it, and yeah. And then, of course, me lip will come out. There'll be teddy bears and rattles, and oh, it's going to be messy, and yeah.
Right, you throwing your toys at you, Prem? No.
I don't think I've been that bad lately, though. I must admit, I've been quite pleasantly impressed with myself. To the point where I think I need to have a wibble just to get me wibble mojo back.
Well, I think you need to have a wibble because you might be getting out of practice.
It has been a while, isn't it, since I've had a good wibble. I can't remember what my last wibble was. Oh, yeah, I know what it was. It was the situation in another country was getting on my nerves because, yeah.
But if you're getting out of practice, you could always have a chat with Paul. I'm sure he'll give you lessons.
Oh, mate, yeah. Well, I've got that to look forward to on Saturday because we'll be doing another patrons hangout. So, yeah. So they get done. So I know Quano's in the chat today. So, yeah, if you're not aware, Quano, I do have a link up on Patreon for hangouts that we all do. So you're most welcome to come in and have a laugh and a joke with us all. The offer's there, mate. It's not compulsory. It's not mandatory. Just, you know, Wednesdays and Saturdays, the link goes in there and dare I say it, it doesn't take us a lot long to degenerate into a load of miserable old gits bemoaning everything. But
Yeah,
when we get going, it is,
it is entertaining, to say the least.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's a nice little group of people that are all getting along well. And la 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 la.
Yes. Yeah.
Da, 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 da. What have we got? Oh, Scott's in from the Junk Works. Hello, Scott. Hope you're doing all right, mate.
How do, Scott?
Everything's working out all right for you, mate, and all of that. And Scott's one of our fellow YouTubers out there, folks, who's got his own channel, coincidentally known as the Junk Works. If you haven't already subbed, pop over and share the love and all of that. And I'm sure you'll make his day. And you'll be in for a treat as well, because there are some beautiful examples of weathering going on, and I'm hooked. Sorry, mate.
He's got some good stuff up there.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a fanboy, I must admit. Very soothing way of presenting, and if you want to learn weathering, then I can't think of a better place to go at the moment. It's up on that top list, isn't it, Dave? And yeah. I'm mightily impressed, and I find it most therapeutic to sit there with a cup of tea at the end of the day.
And another one that's very easy listening is our Fred.
Oh yeah, Modelers United.
Definitely. Yes. I was watching him last night, and it was I was getting a bit noddy.
Yeah, he's got a really nice, relaxed demeanour about him, hasn't he? And yeah, you got to go and watch a bit of Fred. It's going to be compulsory now. It's going to be part of being a part of the brunch gang. Yeah, you got to have your weekly dose of Fred. You got to have a bit of Freddage.
Yes, most definitely.
And obviously, he does a fair old whack of stuff for our M4H as well. So I take my hat off to that. So yeah.
Yeah, he's working on one of those Lynx helicopters at the moment. You know, the Revell 148 thing.
I certainly do, yeah. And a nice bit of helicopter it is as well, mate.
It's a big old bird.
Oh yeah, I've been watching him do his Wellington, mate, and yeah, brings back memories actually, because I built the Matchbox one when I was about 9 or 10, and it was one of those, dare I say it, first big kits that you have a go at doing as a kid, don't you? Because it was all different colours, if I remember rightly, and then you got to prime and paint it.
No, I did a lot of the Matchbox vehicles, as in the tanks and military stuff.
Yeah, you did all the EBGB stuff, didn't you?
Because I did the because I like the little diodes that you got in there. Because Revell didn't do it, Airfix didn't do it, but Matchbox cottoned onto it, and I think it was a nice little earner for them.
Oh yeah, I did their little Jack Panther with the brick wall and bent lamppost diorama.
Yeah.
Fondly remember doing that. But yeah, I think the Wellington was one of the first planes I did. I did a BF 109 that was at my uncle's gaff. And I can remember saving all my pound notes, because you had pound notes back then.
Oh, yeah.
And I had one of those Lloyd's Bank money boxes in the shape of an horse.
Oh, right,
And
yeah.
I used to put my little pound notes in there in a little stack, and it was because I'd seen this Wellington bomber in our local newsagents. And I said to the woman behind there, I'm saving up and I'm going to come in and I'm going to buy that using pound notes.
Oh,
And I was dead excited. And I used to go in every week to check it was still there. And she, she'd say, yeah, it's still here, and all of that lot. And she knew I was hyper excited. But unbeknownst to me, she had kept one behind under the counter.
ah.
See, and I can remember going in this particular Friday, and I think I was £2 short.
Oh, no. Oh,
And I went in and checked, and there was an empty space on the shelf. Oh, Dave, that was when Festa or Baby Festa had his first Wibblekins, mate.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, it was proper bottom lip with tears, and I ambled off.
Bottom lip and chin wobble, was it?
Oh, yeah, I ambled off back home with that slow walking away music walk. Thinking my world had ended, but I carried on saving because I had this little, they might get another one next year, see, so I had that mentality. And I went up to get some sweets a day or so later to console myself, because I thought, well, it's gone now. I'll get some sweets and I'll sit and I'll just feed my face and sulk. And I ambled in, and she leant over as I was about to pay for these sweets. And she said, how many of them pound notes did you save in the end? And I told her. And she said, run home and get them, she says. So I'm looking at her, and she just flicked out this Wellington bomber that she had secreted. Dave, honestly, I was like Usain Bolt, mate.
I was going to say, I bet you had flames.
Proper festa running was going on back then, mate. Honestly, you could have lit a fag off the sole of my little pumps, mate. I was, yeah.
Oh,
So, folks, your dreams can come true. For some reason, I had the Simon Bates Our Tune going on in the background there. But yeah, it was. And that was my first realization, I think, that this hobby was something I would be doing for a long time, Dave. It was in me.
Well, I could, as a child, I can always remember going into Trent's up at the precinct.
Oh, right, yeah.
And that was like the local toy shop.
Yeah.
And I would go in there because I would have saved my pocket money for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And the possibility is I might have enough for one or two models.
Yeah.
So I walk into the shop, I've got flames flying out my pocket as my money's burning a hole in my trousers to be spent.
Yeah.
And then you're in the dilemma of which one do I get? Do I get this one? Do I get that one? And
yeah.
Pacing up and down, and you're looking in the boxes, and then someone says, do you want to hurry up, Sunshine? Because I'm closing in a minute.
Yeah, you're like, but. Yeah, I can remember having the Beaties the first time I went into the big Beaties model shop. And you know what Beaties are like because you used to work in one, didn't you?
I used to work for them.
Our local news agents had a shelf, Dave. They had a shelf and one of those rotating stands with the Airfix kits in a bag from them, see? Well, I went from that environment to being taken into a Beaties with my uncle.
Oh.
And as you can imagine, a 9-year-old Festa who was about 2 foot nothing, because I was a bit of a short ass as a kid. And I can remember looking up at these shelves that went from the floor to the ceiling.
Yeah.
It was that moonlight shining through the window moment, Dave, of realization of, look at this adventure I can be having. So, yeah, it became an addiction.
Well, I ended up working for them, which was the best fun, best job I've ever had.
I can imagine.
Working in a toy shop, every bloke's dream. You've got no need for any excuses for mucking about. You just muck about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed working there.
It was a proper job.
Well, the 3-wheel trikes that were battery operated that looked like police bikes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah. Well, we used to take them upstairs because we had like a big storage warehouse type floor above,
Yeah.
and we'd set everything out in a certain way
Right.
so that we had a racetrack.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can imagine the shenanigans that was going on up there.
Yeah. Scott's saying he's like a kid in a sweet shop when he gets to a model shop. We don't really have anywhere to buy kits on the island anymore. Yeah, I used to love going into model shops, and once the world has stopped being on fire, the wife has said she's going to take me on a road trip up to Reading or something and have a little looky loo around a proper model shop. And yeah.
The place that I like to go, especially when I've gone up to see my mum,
Yeah.
is I like to go to the Hannant's warehouse.
Yes. Yes. Is that the one? Is it Beckton? They've got one, and they got one.
Alton Broad.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's so big, vast, and
do you do thingiverse cooing sounds?
It's like I don't know where I want to start.
Yeah. Do you normally go up nice and early so that you can then have lunch in the car park and then go back in for round 2?
I try not to stay in there too long because I know for a fact that if I stay in there for too long, I'll end up spending way too much money.
Yeah, but it's part of the fun, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can walk around there. You can spend thousands in seconds.
Oh, yeah. I would love to have. It's funny. You often think, what would you do if you won the lottery? And most people would go out and they would buy the big house, the Lambo, and all of that lot. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'd so go into a model shop and just buy a shed loads of stuff, or buy the model shop.
I think I would go into the model shop and I would have the Tamiya 32nd scale Tomcat.
Yeah, good shout.
I'd have the 135th flat top Enterprise.
All right, yeah.
I'd probably squeeze in a 148th Tomcat as well.
Yeah.
I think I would buy the entire range of Belkit's cars.
Oh yeah, good shout. Inspired shout, actually. Yeah, I'd buy all the paint.
I don't know. I'm struggling now. What else would I go for? I think I would have to have a few radio-controlled cars.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure which ones to go for because I don't know what's available these days.
I'd go in for 2 kits. I'd have the Battleship Yamato, the Space Battleship one.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I would have the all singing, all dancing version of the Space 1999 Eagle.
Oh, inspired.
And then I would get all the paints. All the paints. I'd say I want all the paints because I want to be like Paul Bretland. I want to have shelves and be surrounded by all the paints.
Yeah, he's got one or two, hasn't he?
I love it when he's on the box, because I sit there and I'm like, I want all them paints. I want all them shelves. I want his fish tank. Oh, mate, I'll just love it. And yeah, because Paul doesn't do anything by halves, does he? It's like, I need some paint. And an Arctic will turn up a couple of days later with his paint order in it.
Yeah, no, he's a bit kind of all or nothing, isn't he?
Absolutely, but it's that eccentricity that I like, you know. And no, he's got a nice little cave set up there, I must admit. But yeah, I kind of would want all the paint. And gadgets, that's the thing as well. I like gadgets. You know, I bought an additional electric drill. This is going back a while. Black & Decker it was. And it was when they used to do their combo packs. Buy this and this is in with it.
All right.
I bought this digital hammer drill purely and simply because also in the box was an electric shoe polisher.
Really?
Yeah. And that's why I bought it. Because I wanted the electric shoe polish. Yeah. And as you can imagine, how many times do you think that shoe polisher was actually used?
Probably once.
Once or twice, and it was screwed to the skirting board in the flat, just where the front door was. And when we moved out the flat, the one thing I forgot to unscrew off the wall was my electric shoe brush. Now, some other git has got it now, and I'm not happy. But that's all right. I'm over it now. We moved out the flat 26 years ago, Dave, but I'm over it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm really sure I'm over it, mate. I don't think about it at all. Mm. Yeah, I miss my shoe brush. But yeah, one of those useless things. What is the most useless thing you've ever been out and bought? That's a good question, isn't it? Because we've all done it, us blokes, for some reason, and probably the girls as well. We do like a really useless gadget. And you see it and you think, I need that in my life.
Oh, there's probably so many that I've bought because I thought, oh, yeah, I'll buy that. I'll use it. And you use it once and that's it.
Yeah. Do you know the worst thing that used to be was Ronco adverts every Christmas? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
I've still, Dave, under my stairs, I've got the Rolly kit. Do you remember them? The brown plastic thing that clipped together, but you rolled it across the floor and it unraveled from this hexagon shape into this multi-compartment 28-foot long toolbox thing.
Yes, I thought about getting one of those, and then I looked at it in the shop and it looked absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of, it was, I need a Rolly kit. And it's only when you realised, when you rolled it all up, anything that was in the compartments, if you didn't roll it as per the instructions, would fall out every time you went to roll it up. So you basically used it twice and then forgot about it.
I think as a child, the one thing that I wanted was the Airfix flight deck.
Oh, right, yeah. I know where this is going because I saw one of them. Yeah.
And you know, you'd see it on the TV and you think, yeah, oh, I want one of them. I want to be a pilot. I want a lad. I want. And it wasn't until a few years later I was at a jumble sale and there was one on the table. And I thought, do you know what? Just out of idle curiosity, I'm going to open the box and see what's in there.
Oh, yeah, I know where this is going.
You know, I just thought to myself, because I could hear my father's voice inside my head saying, you really do not want that because that is rubbish.
Yeah.
And I had to admit that when I looked in the box, I thought, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of bits of card.
Why is it? Why is it that fathers are always right?
I don't know, but it was really annoying. I got Tin Can Alley. Do you remember that?
Yes, that was another one that I wanted, but I wasn't allowed it because you had a light
Yeah.
on it, and I would have shot it at my sister.
Yeah, and it was one of those, and you opened it up. Yeah, I've got Tin Can Alley, and it was useless. Yeah, and it was almost as useful as them bar games that you used to get in the compendium kits. Do you remember them?
Oh God!
Yeah, wasn't it? You would get the 100 games in one compendium kit by Warrington. We all had one as a kid.
Yeah,
And it was like 8 sheets of cardboard that you cut out different pieces with scissors, wasn't it? And it made all these really, really exciting games, Dave, didn't it?
oh yeah, they was.
Great.
I'm trying to find the enthusiasm to carry on with that one.
Yeah, and you sit there and you're like, really? That is what it's come to now, one of these things? But you normally only ever dug out the Compendium Gang when Why Don't You wasn't on the telly and it was raining outside.
Yeah,
And you would have that moment of the Jaws music because one of your siblings has bought out the Compendium Game.
yeah, and you think, oh no, not again.
Yeah, you think, oh no, this is going to be a long day. And my sister had Mousetrap, and I used to love that game. Absolutely loved that game.
No, I never had it, but friends had it, and yeah.
Yeah, because it was almost like the first foray into 3D games, wasn't it? Because it was something that you built up on the board and it built up into this thing. And it was, yeah. And you always looked forward to when the boot went on the board because you got to play with the turny thing and make the boot move. And,
Yeah.
mate, I'm going to have to go on eBay now and see whether there's any versions of Mousetrap out there. Yeah.
Oh, the one thing that I used to love playing, that was Subbuteo.
Oh, yeah. You couldn't beat a bit of Subbuteo, Dave.
I had loads of it because I had various boxes of it. I had
Yeah.
a couple of stadiums. I had the fencing, the floodlights, the scoreboard, the TV camera stand thing. I had loads of it, and I had loads of football teams as well.
Ted's in, saying hello. Hello, Ted.
Hello, Ted.
Dave's in over at Butcher That Model. Hello, Dave. Hope you're doing all right, mate. Loved the Spitfire, by the way, mate. So yeah, keep at it, mate. Yeah, sorry, Dave.
And then because I grewed up.
You what? Hold up a minute. Rewind.
I grewed up. I gave it away, and it wasn't until a couple of years ago when I thought, oh, I'll have a look on eBay, and I nearly tried.
Yeah, I had a set of vehicles that were in a suitcase, dinky vehicles, and
Oh Lord, yeah.
yeah, and in there was Joe 90's car, an original Thunderbird 2, Stingray, that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and thought, I've grown up now, I'm a teenager, and I gave them to one of my nephews. And years later, you start seeing stuff on eBay, So I was chatting one day and said, oh, you still got them? Oh, I slung them away, he said, when I grew up. Threw them in the bin. I'm like, oh. So there's a bin man driving around in a Bentley somewhere.
Yeah.
Hello, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
But yeah. But then currently with places like that, don't you find with dare I say it, the world been on fire, that people have started to take advantage of pricing and have quadrupled everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I just think that that is out of order.
Because I was talking to one of the guys at work, and and again we got onto the topic of Subutio.
Yes.
And then I had another look on eBay the other day, and you're looking at, what is it, a football team is 29 or 30 quid.
Hey,
Yeah.
oh, I've got an old West Ham team that I bought way back when in Beatties. And it's like, yeah, 20 quid.
I know.
Because I used to have the pitch on a piece of board so that it stayed nice and taut. And I had a couple of the stands. My brother had the scoreboard thing, you know, that you used to turn around with all the game scores on it, which in a 1-0 game was only ever used once, wasn't it? Let's be honest. Yep. And I had the diving goalkeeper. Do you remember him?
Oh, I had diving goalkeepers, the crouching goalkeepers, the goalkeepers with the caps on.
Yeah.
The sprung-loaded goalkeeper.
Yeah, that used to roll across and save the ball, yeah. Did you have the one that used to do the throw-ins? I had him as well, the little spring-loaded.
No, I didn't have the throw-in or the corner kicker.
Yeah. And then Striker came out. Do you remember that? Where you used to push their heads.
Yeah.
And they kicked the ball.
I had that as well.
And I wanted Striker, but I wasn't allowed because I already had Subutio. But yeah.
Yeah, because
playing them.
Yeah, there was about 4 or 5 of us that were roughly about the same age. And we all lived within spitting distance of each other. And we was all football nuts, and we all had Subutio, so we had our own little league.
Oh, you ledge.
You know, it would be, you'd have your home and away games, and oh mate, it was
proper stuff, was it, mate?
Oh, it was really good, because have your home match, your away match. Oh,
the other thing we used to get, and this will take you back to what life was like before the internet. You used to buy the August edition every year of Striker or Match magazine to get the Football League ladders. Do you remember them, Dave?
Yeah, was it? And there was another one called Shoot, wasn't there? Was it?
Yeah,
Shoot.
Yeah. And you used to get the Football League ladders, and it was basically a sheet of cardboard that you slotted all the teams into, so you could tell where they were in the league.
Yeah.
But it meant disturbing your dad when he was reading the Sunday paper, wasn't it, to update the leagues? Do you remember that?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Mom, what? Has Dad finished with the paper yet? Go and ask him. Dun, 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 dun. It's all right, Mum, I'll wait. It used to always be the answer, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I swear blind the git used to take his time reading that paper because he knew I wanted the football positions.
I'm sure mine was the same. You know.
Yeah, it used to think, how long does it take to read that page of the newspaper? Yeah, and the slipper would be flipping up and down on his foot, and I'm like, yeah, you're deliberately taking your time. But I wasn't going to challenge it. It was like,
no.
I want the paper to check my league, lads. We all have to wait. Oh, I want to do it now.
It'll be there. I want to do it now. I want to check the league.
Yeah.
And that'll be, well, you'll have to wait until I've finished reading the paper. Mom!
And it would be tentatively sat on the side where he was sitting, and he would roll it up or fold it up if he had read it, and it would sit next to him. And then just as you went over to get it, I think I'll have a look to see what's on the telly. Oh! Yeah. All mind games.
Oh no, right.
But things like that kept us happy. Hi again to Nat. Nat's back in after picking up the kids. Hope they're behaving themselves and had a lovely day at school, Nat. And I take it you and Jackie are on tonight, love. I did a little shameless plug earlier. Okay, and we've got to there. Okay.
77, 78, 79, 80. Right. Mm-hmm.
Again, these are nice little things, aren't they, mate?
Oh, yeah. Ah, here we go. Found it.
La 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 la. There it is. Knew I'd seen it. Oh, someone's deep in mode.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've. That don't look right.
You've gone a bit Pete Song.
That I'm not sure of.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, Nat's saying yes, she'll share the link. Yeah, just bung the link in, Nat. It's not a problem, darling. That's what the chat's there for. Spam away. At the end of the day, if you've got shows coming up, folks, or live streams, I don't mind you putting them in. It's all about sharing the love. Nothing wrong with sharing a bit of love.
Oh, excuse me.
More tea, Vicar.
No, I'll have another cucumber sandwich, though.
Oh, that's a point. I've got a cup of tea there. I haven't had a swiggage yet.
Oh, we might have had a raid on the chocolate hobnobs earlier on today.
Oh, good man. Ted's saying it's his turn for Baneblade on Sunday. There you go. Well done, Ted. Pop over to Skipper's on Sunday evening. Have you got a time for that you're streaming that, Ted? Is it a late one? Is it an early one? Number 83. Go in there. Might have to put the old fan on in a minute. It's quite warm in Festa Towers today. Mind you, though, I've got all the computers in here, haven't I?
Well, it's more like a server room in your place, isn't it?
It is, mate, because I've got the main media server down the other end, and I've got right next to me the tower system that I use for my day-to-day YouTubes and everything. So, two massive base units, a boiler, the 3D printers both live in here, the curing station lives in here, and I'm sitting here going, it's a bit warm in here, Dave.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah. It's like, Sherlock, yeah. There you go. And now salt is over the top of it.
Quick.
Okay. La da 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 da. I saw it. I did saw it. Honest.
You saw it.
I saw it. Honest, mister. I saw it. I did.
I did.
It went that way and used to point in opposite directions, didn't it? It's like, yes. You used to, as a kid, deliberately, if someone stopped you and asked you for directions, you'd give them the wrong directions, wouldn't you? And you'd sit there with your mates laughing on the swings, going, ha, ha, ha. I wonder how far he got looking for that place we told him was there and it isn't. And 10 minutes later, the car that you gave the wrong directions to used to come back round the corner and you'd like, oh, dear. Yeah, he don't look happy that we sent him 3 miles the wrong way, does he? Yeah. He's getting out the car. Run!
Right.
Yeah. Remember pea shooters, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
God, the trouble that I used to get into when I used to take that damn pea shooter out with me.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, mate. Yeah. You used to sneak it out because if your mum caught you with it, you knew that you'd get grounded. Because there have been so many knocks on the doors from irate people because Fest had been out with a pea shooter, an handful of frozen peas out of mum's freezer. Yeah. You and that damn pea shooter, give it here, and it'd go in the bin. Yeah, and you'd make a point of getting up through the night to rifle through the bin to dig out your pea shooter that by now was a bit grungy because it had leftover bits of roast on top of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But that never stopped you as a kid, did it? Under the tap it went. Got hid back in the drawer in the bedroom. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that bloody thing. Simple toys that cause so much pain for our parents, eh?
Well, you used to, if you couldn't afford to get a proper pea shooter, you used to make it out of a biro, didn't you?
Yeah, the tube out of a big biro. Yeah, I had it. It was like a long styrene tube with a red cap on the end. And honestly, you could fire stuff out of that, and it came out of there like an Exocet missile, Dave. It was proper fast, you know, and it was and we used to climb up on top of the concrete lip that used to overhang the shops.
Oh, yes, yes.
And lay on there waiting for people to be walking back up the path from the shops, you know, and yeah, we'd set them all off like Gatling guns, these pea shooters, and yeah. One of my mates, I'm going to get this bloke, and he fired this pea shooter, and it was my old man wearing a different jacket.
Oops.
And who appeared up at that one moment that he looked back to see who it was? The one head that came up from the parapet of hiddenness was mine.
Yeah.
And it was, you little so-and-so, so-and-so, you've got to come home yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait till you get home.
Yeah, a long day of fear. That was when Festa discovered the Harry Potter Hufflepuff. Yeah, it was proper. Yeah. I was a bit of a wild child. I had my moments, I must admit.
Well, I don't think I was that bad. I think what?
I was a little, I can't say the word, but yeah, I was that. Yeah, I don't know why. I just rebelled against anything and everything. I think it's because I don't like conforming to what I think other people think I should be, if that makes sense. There's that little resilient bit in me that is like, well, no, they've asked me to do that now, so I'm not going to do it because they wanted me to.
Yeah.
And that becomes like a psychological thing then, doesn't it? Of, I ain't going to do it now.
Yeah.
And of course, I wouldn't say it's got me into trouble over the years, but it has on numerous occasions. So it's like, yeah. So, folks, don't be like Festa. Listen to people. Yeah.
I don't think I was that bad, but I don't think I was anywhere near angelic either.
No, I was a proper tearaway. But like I say, you know, my mum had her work cut out with us because we all used to set each other off. You know, and Dad worked away, which was probably a good thing. And yeah. And my poor little old mum, she used to have 4 tearaways to try and contend with. No wonder she chain smoked. That's all I can think of.
Oh dear.
But yeah, then we got to that age where you used to nick one of Mum's number 6 cigarettes out of her packet and quickly nip up the woods for a smoke. My God. I was old.
Used to nick them off my dad.
Yeah, I always remember Ronnie spotting me with a fag on. He says it was one of those, rightio, young lad. We now have what we call ourselves a dilemma.
Oh dear.
And I'm looking at him thinking, oh my God, he's massive, this Uncle Ron, you know what I mean? Now, do I tell your dear old mum that I've caught her youngest pup smoking? Or do we come round Uncle Ron's, start doing something to take your mind off of smoking? And it was models. You know, help me build this. You don't need to be on the street smoking. And that was it. Hooked. But he never let me forget it.
I don't really know how I got into model making. I think it was a case that everybody else was doing it, so I wanted to do it.
So funny, I used to get a lot of my mates used to say, "Oh, what'd you do that for? It's, you know,
Yeah,
this, it's that, it's," and none of them had that interest, and I never got it. I didn't understand why they didn't have that same interest, you know. But I don't know why. I found it relaxing. It calmed me down, and it, dare I say, took your mind off your own life, didn't it? Your upbringing and stuff. So yeah. Didn't stop me smoking though.
No, it didn't stop me doing that. I don't know. I just started. I think because I don't know. I just remember building a Airfix Hurricane.
Yeah.
And that was it. I just carried on. Like you, none of my mates at school built models. They was all playing football.
Yeah, they didn't seem to get it. You know, what are you doing that for? Well, we used to do that, but we've grown out of it. And they kind of tried to make you feel a little bit, dare I say, inferior for still doing the model making. But
well, they didn't do that to me because as they knew as soon as it was rugby time, I was going to flatten them every time I.
Oh yeah, I mean that was kind of my non-conforming bit would rear its ugly head then, and it would be, well, now you say it's childish, and you've gone, I'm gonna continue doing it to prove you wrong, and yeah, it gave me almost this inner resilience that has probably stood me in good stead, to be quite honest with you, all my life, because you became inwardly able to compose, didn't you, and resist bullying and resist all of that crap, you know, and
they tried to take the mick out of me because I like sticking bits of plastic together, and then they suddenly realised that because I was one of the fastest kids at school on my feet, playing out wing, when I was coming in to do a tackle, I didn't sort of hit very soft. It was full tilt, and I used to floor them.
Yeah, you was a bit of a lump.
Well, I wasn't a bit of a lump. I was a bit of a lightweight because I was a bit quick on my feet. But by the time I got up to full speed, and then I'd collided into them.
Yeah, it's like 10-pin bowling. Get hold of that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I didn't play much football at school because I kept losing my temper, and I would just thump people. So the PE teacher used to say, perhaps you haven't got the mindset to be playing football, young lad.
Probably didn't help as well when I tackled one of the schoolmasters as well.
Yeah, I learned at a very young age that,
Well, he started taking the mickey out of us because no one was prepared to tackle him.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I thought, okay then.
Yeah, I'll go for it. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Any time to take out a teacher is a good time, isn't it?
No, he was running around and prancing around saying, you can't tackle me, and I hit him.
Yeah, good man.
I hit him at full speed. It was like a steam train.
Muse is saying, I'm still here and I don't know how with all the dumb stuff I used to do. Absolutely, Muse. But dare I say it, it makes us the people we become. You've got to make mistakes, haven't you, to learn from them. That's what I used to always try to say that to my old man. But I've got to make these mistakes so that I learn from them. But he never quite got what I was meaning. Yeah. And it was like, okay. Yeah.
Well, I'd usually get the comment of, David, when are you going to grow up? And I used to reply, when I get older.
Yeah. I don't want to grow up. Being grown up looks like it's boring. Yeah.
It didn't go down very well.
No.
Why do you have to do these stupid things?
Yeah. My mum used to sit there and go, he really doesn't mix well with others, you know. Yeah. I've tried everything I can. He's a defiant little sod, and he doesn't mix well with others. Yeah, I know, Mum. And yet here we are doing stuff like this years later, and it's like, well, that's mixing with others, Mum. I'm 53 now. I finally learned.
You finally got on the program.
Yeah, bless her. But again, this is where this hobby can relax, can't it? It can bring you down. It can,
Oh yeah.
you know, and that's what we find so damn well attractive about this hobby, isn't it? It's a leveler. At the end
Yeah,
of
it's also, well, especially for me, I know, but especially over the past couple of years with everything I've had to go through and contend with,
yes,
just to be able to have somewhere to sit and do stuff that can just take my mind off everything else that's
absolutely,
going.
mate. It helps with the demons. At the end of the day, mate. And it is surprising. I think that's why so many ex-military do this hobby, because obviously they're the PTSD side of things and all that goes with that. And it is a way of having that sense of belonging to something back, isn't it? When you join the modelling community, everyone welcomes you with open arms, which is what I like. And no one judges you, Dave.
No, you just get on with what you do, and then when you need a bit of help, there's always someone there to say, yeah, see what you're trying to do there, but you might need to do it like this.
Absolutely. And then you start getting some rotten sod bullying you into doing YouTube, don't you, mate?
Can't think who that was.
No. And yeah. Yeah, but you've got to admit you enjoy it now.
So does that mean I've got to put another plastic one on? It probably does, doesn't it? Because really?
Muse is saying what I did was choice, not a mistake. It's a form of meditation, and demons don't like that kind of focus. Absolutely.
So, 105 to 188. Oh, heck. Right. Okay. There's 105. That's not. That's 115. Pirate.
Are you being special?
I am.
Nothing wrong with that. I like being special.
I think I've timed my days off perfectly.
Why is that, mate?
They're doing a big electrical power test in one of the buildings that's got loads of the labs in.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there before when they've done that.
And it goes pop.
Without being too coarse, the expression tits up.
Yeah. Yeah, just as well you booked the day off then, Dave, didn't you?
Yeah. I got accused of deliberately booking it off because I wasn't going to be there, and I thought, well, I booked it off. I didn't honestly know that they was going to be doing it at that time.
It just happened to be one of those coincidences, Dave.
Yeah. Fortuitous timing on my part, methinks.
Yeah. When you sit there and go, oh, that's a bind. If only I had known, I wouldn't have took the day off. Yeah, right.
Exactly. Of course, we got some new guys on site, and I said, oh, well, enjoy Monday.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, yeah, it'll be all right. I said, yeah, just make sure you got a pair of roller skates. What do I need roller skates for? Oh, you'll find out when it'll happen.
I'll come back to that bit. I can't see it anywhere on there, which means it's probably either around by my feet. Oh, it's right there in front of me. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. I've done remarkably well lately, though. I've not dropped too much on my feet this week, so...
Well, that's a first.
I know. I think I learnt my lesson from the last one I did, right in the end of my big toe. Proper stabbage that was. It was like, really? Not again. So you think you would learn, wouldn't you? But nah.
No, that'd be silly.
Learning's boring. That's for that one.
That was that one. I don't want that one. Yes, I do.
I think you want that one, Dave, don't you?
Being special again. Mind you, don't take much.
So, is that the beginnings of a wibble, I hear?
No, because it got curtailed before it got going, so it's not classified as a wibble.
It's not a full-blown fundamental wibble, then?
No, I suppose you could say it was a wibbleette.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Nothing wrong with a wibble-ette. Why is it when you have less pieces on the board, it's more difficult to find them than when it was full?
Oh, no, I don't know yet. I've still got loads on the table.
Musie's saying she still squeaks like a little girl when she goes to the shooting range. Good girl. Nothing wrong with that. It's even better when they give you live people to shoot at. Musie's sitting there thinking, oh, yeah, I could get my list out of people that I want to run up and down the shooting range so I can fire at them. I can imagine our Muse is a dab hand when she's got the old sniper scope on the rifle. Yeah, good girl.
Mind you, it's surprising how quickly it sharpens up your focus.
Oh, yeah. That was what the wife was looking forward to when we was due to go out to the States this year, was going down the shooting range. I said, what do you want to shoot? She said, I don't care what it is. She said, I just want to blow shit up. Excuse my language, but that's what she said. Yeah. It's quite scary, the thought, because my missus wants to go down Salisbury Plain, Dave, in a tank, firing shells at buildings.
Good girl.
She's
Let me know when she's going to be there, and I'll make sure I'm as far away as possible.
Absolutely. I mean, you've seen my wife turf me out the kitchen, mate. The thought of her gunning down a range in an army tank.
Can you imagine her sat in a Challenger tank?
Oh, mate.
I know one thing, she'll be grinning from ear to ear because everybody will be running in utter fear.
Oh, mate, I could just imagine yeah, I think that would be right up her street, mate. is funny, you know. You sort of think, oh yeah, you know, she'd want to do this because it's all sort of, dare I say it, girly. You know what I mean? She's like, no, I want to be there in a tank firing big bombs and blowing things up and shooting at people, and yeah. I think she might have a slight anger problem, Dave, didn't you?
Far be it from me to say.
Yeah, normally, oh yeah, you wouldn't, would you? Not you, not little, not Captain Special. No. Yeah, make me sick.
You're just jealous.
Absolutely. He sits there. Oh, hello, Mrs. W. How are you? You're looking well. Oh, God. I want to get my sick bag out every time he does it. He was going to go in your kitchen, he was. Oh, was he now? Well, hold up a minute, Dave. It's supposed to be my mate.
I do believe there was one instance where you grabbed the door handle and you was about to go into the kitchen, and I said, you might not want to do that.
Yeah.
And you said, why? I said, I do believe that your other half is on the other side of the door. And you went, yeah, you got a good point there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I took it like a man and stood up for myself and closed the door and stayed where I was.
Yes.
Not that I'm scared. I just didn't want her to lose another argument. That was all it was. Yeah, they sound less convinced than you do, Dave, don't they?
Scared? I could hear the house shaking on its bleeding foundation.
Oh, mate, she is funny. I give her that.
Makes me laugh because you'll make a comment and she come floating past the door, and you get the most unladylike answer come floating from the other side of the door, and you think, okay.
Yeah. And then she sits there and goes, oh, look at him, bless him. She goes, thinking he's in charge. Thanks, love. Oh, love her to bits, mate. She has a way of bringing you back down to earth. That is, yeah. Or you'll say, yeah, I'm going to sneak out and I'm going to go to the fridge and I'm going to grab myself something. And you hear, oh, you effing think so? Come through the door. It's like, how did she hear that? I thought she was still out. Yeah. Get back in your man cave, she goes. The door opens about 3 millimeters and it's, I hope you're not thinking of coming and loitering in my kitchen, pal. No, dear. Why have you got a cup in your hand? Oh, I forgot to let go of it. Get back in there. Yeah. And I'll look at Dave and go, see, that told her, didn't it, mate? Oh, mate. Wouldn't have it any other way. And the reason you can't find that piece, Cole, is because you just fitted it. Okay. So we've not done a what's in the belly, have we?
Oh no, we need to do the what is in or about to go into your belly, and what have you got on your bench? Oh, what are you working on now?
Absolutely. I'll do that. I'll have a quick swig of tea. Muse is saying in the chat that she's been told that she looks possessed. Laugh out loud.
Oh dear.
You can give a very menacing look, Muse.
It depends on who said it.
Absolutely.
Depends, and now it depends on who said it, how far they were away from Muse, and are they still alive now?
Yeah. Did she manage to get to them before they could get together a decent escape plan? We're making her out to be such a cruel girl. She's not. She's lovely, Muse. She's lovely. I always have this voice of Mr. T going, "Don't go messing with the Muse. Don't go messing with the Muse." And instead of him saying, "I ain't getting in that goddamn plane," it's like, "I ain't messing with that goddamn Muse." Yeah. Dum da da dum da da dum da da dum da da dum. Bench, according to Scott, benches lots of shiny things. Belly will be fish and chips on the way home. It's a fish and chips from the fish and chip shop. Nice. Especially on Orkney as well. I can imagine on Orkney, fish from the fish and chip shop is proper.
Yeah, that idea, it might have just scuppered more fish fingers and chips. I might be going down a chip shop.
Yeah, get the old fish and chips. Friday fish and chip supper. Absolutely, mate. Something about chips and that from the fish and chip shop, isn't there? It's like, yeah.
Well, for me, it'd be a pie, sausage, chips, and chip shop curry sauce.
Oh. See, I'm lucky. The guy that runs our chip shop is from up north. So you get the proper pot of chip shop gravy.
Oh!
You know?
I can remember the first time I went up north to do some PC installs, and I went to the chip shop, and the woman behind the counter, she looked at me, "What gravy, love?" And I went,
"Oh, yeah."
And I said, "Is it thick?" She said, "It's thick." And I said, "Yeah, gimme.
Absolutely. I remember the first time he asked me, he said, "Do you want gravy?" And I went, "Well, I'm not a fan." He went, "No." He said, "This ain't southern gravy." He said, "This is northern gravy. Try a pot," he says. Next time I went in, it was, "I'll have gravy with that." He said, "Yeah, thought you would."
I've no idea what they do to it, but it is what you might call a little bit on the tasty side.
It's proper gravy. I don't, like you say, I don't know what their magic ingredient is, but whatever it is, they need to. Yeah. It is mint, mate. And I've said to him, you're not moving out of this town. You know that. Now that you're here, we will hold you hostage.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you make gravy, not, goofy gravy. It's proper gravy.
Yeah, I went up there again with one of my workmates because he came up to give me a hand because there was quite a bit to do. And I said, "Come on, we go down to the chip shop. You'll like these."
Yeah.
Pie, chips and gravy.
Oh, yeah.
And we walked in there, and I put my order in, and he put his order in, and he said, "Do you want gravy?" And he said, "No, I want vinegar on my chips." Oh, Jesus, wept.
Oh, dear. That's when you go, "Well, if he don't want his gravy, I'll have 2 pots."
Yeah, it was a bit kind of, weed balls and tumbleweed and floating dust in the air. It was like, okay, you just.
Oh, yeah, we've even thought about it with the Sunday roast. Now, do we nip up the chip shop and say to him, "You couldn't knock us up some gravy, could you?" Because it's that sort of gravy. You think, "Oh, this would be mint with your Sunday roast." Oh, nom, 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 nom. Yeah. It's like if you go up to Scotland, you got to have yourself an Arbroath Smoky, ain't you?
Oh, what?
Arbroath Smoky. It's a kipper. It's smoked kipper. Oh, Dave, it's so beautiful. You got to have one, mate. If you're up that neck of the woods.
I'm not overly keen on fish.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's nectar. Oh, kids are coming out of school by the sound of it.
Delightful bit for us.
You sit there and you think, God, I was never like that as a kid, and then you think, actually, I was worse. Yeah. My mum used to say, all the rubbish that you've brought home to me over the years will haunt you when you have kids of your own. And I always remember saying to her, don't be daft. Yeah. My youngest as a teenager was as bad as I was. It's like, you little bleeder. My missus used to go, you're going to have a word with him. And I go, yeah, but I kind of did the same, and I feel a bit hypocritical if I do. I remember the first time I sort of was chatting to him about behaviours and things, and he looked at me and went, but can you look me in the eye, he says, and tell me you didn't do exactly the same when you was my age? And I'm like, no, I can't actually, because I did 10 times worse. So he went, yeah. He said, Mum's told you to come and talk to me, ain't she? And I went, yep. He said, I'll just let her know that you have. He said, we'll leave it there. I'm like, he's a good negotiator, this lad. He'll go far in life. You know? And then all he used to say is, I know I do things now and then, he said, that may seem a bit odd. He said, but I wouldn't bring trouble home to the doorstep. I went, okay, that's good enough for me. And like I say, I couldn't wish for two more decent blokes, to be honest with you. I'm dead proud of both my boys. They are really decent chaps, you know, and I'm chuffed that they turned out like that. You know, it's, yeah.
Well, I don't think I turned out too bad in the end.
No. We're lived in, Dave, at the end of the day. You know, it's like anything, isn't it? You have to make the mistake to learn from it. And that's how it is, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yep.
Sue's in. Hello, Sue. Hello, sweetheart. Hope you're doing all right. How's Captain Wibble doing today? Is he behaving himself?
Captain Wibble or Major Wibble?
And we are building our Empire State. So. Because we can. It's an Empire State building, Dave.
Yeah, it's also making me think of other things that are called Empire.
It's funny, I was thinking last night, you know, when I was looking at it, and I just thought, have Ravensburger dropped a ball? Because wouldn't it be nice? And I want to make it clear, this isn't done in poor taste. It's meant sincerely. But wouldn't it be nice if they did one of these with the original Twin Towers as a tribute to 9/11?
Yes.
You know, and I hope people aren't offended by me suggesting that. I suggest it with the nicest possible intent. But I think as a piece, it would be quite nice, especially if the money raised went towards the 9/11 memorial or whatever. But the Twin Towers done like this with the right appropriate lighting going through them and perhaps a nice little in memory, or I don't know, but I just think it would be something that would be quite nice to do.
Quite poignant to do.
Yeah, I've got a puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle, and it's one of these foily ones, and it's the New York skyline, and in there is the original Twin Towers, you know, and I'm going to build it and have it on the ceiling, you know, as a piece of art. But it got me to thinking, you know, if Ravensburger actually did one of those, I think it would be quite a hot one because people would be keen to get it so that they could almost build it as a tribute piece, you know. Just one of them thoughts, you know. It's not that anyone from Ravensburger is going to be watching our little show, is it? But
No, you know.
no, it would be nice if they did something like that. Would you buy it in the chat, or would you see it as perhaps a step too far? I don't know. I mean,
I suppose it depends on how they do it and how they box it. I think.
Yeah, it'd have to be very tastefully done, wouldn't it?
Will be the telling point on that one.
Yeah, but yeah, I was looking at the old destructions on this, and it just entered my mind. You know what it's like. You sit there, don't you, and you get an idea pop in your head, and that's it. And I just thought, God, that would be quite spectacular piece on the side. And then you're like, are they not doing one of those because they might see it as poor taste? I don't know, but
yeah. I suppose you got to be a little bit careful because you've only got to have one or two people kick off.
It's still a very delicate and I wouldn't say touchy subject, but you know, I mean, you've got the anniversary coming up next year, of 20th anniversary, I do believe, and something like that, I would have thought would have been nice to try to raise awareness for the anniversary and perhaps donate the proceeds. But I don't know. You know, it's a very still a very poignant subject, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still a bit sticky.
Yes, but yeah, it's just one of them thoughts, isn't it? You just think, yeah, you know, that's just me though. I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with it, but I can remember when it was on live over here. I actually mistook the footage because I thought they was showing footage of an upcoming Die Hard type movie, you know what I mean? And then I saw the live Sky News icon in the corner, and I'm like, oh my God, this is actually happening. And you then walk to the TV, don't you, transfixed by what you're seeing happening in real time. And I think most people can remember where they were when that happened, and it was, yeah, it was such a shock, wasn't it?
Where was I? When the aircraft went into the second tower, I was in the hardware department at Sky.
Yeah.
Watching it on the telly in there, and I couldn't believe what I was.
Yeah, I can remember Kay Burley coming on. There was a screenshot of the CNN footage popping up, and you know, we're getting reports of this, and then obviously the second plane went in, and it become an, oh my God, sorry for that, because they was apologizing to the viewers for it showing on air, but it was live. You know, no one expected this to happen, did they? And it went on to become, you know, a massive tragedy, didn't it? And yeah, it becomes interesting if there's like documentaries. I'll sit and watch them to try to ascertain, you know, the theories behind it and all of that, you know. And yeah, it's one of those historical moments that you wish hadn't have happened.
Well, it's not a lot.
No. But yeah, I shall build that jigsaw puzzle and put it on the ceiling as a piece of art. And it's funny, my eldest boy was talking about it the other day, the Twin Towers and that, you know, and he said it's still one of them very tragic things, isn't it? He said it's one of the first things he remembers as a nipper, because he he has an inner fear of flying, and I've often said to him, what sparked it? And he said it was 9/11, watching it on the telly. Seeing the news footage as a young kid, he said it just resonated in my mind at a young age. You know, and I was like, oh, mate, I feel awful now. But as a parent, it was, you know, live TV news, and you was trying to keep yourself informed because they thought it was going to happen here, didn't they? And
to be fair, they didn't really know where the next one was going to be.
absolutely. And you didn't run, you know, I certainly didn't realise at the time that it would have such a lasting impact on one of my kids. But, you know, he said, don't get me wrong, he's been on a plane, but he said, I'm not comfortable until I get back off again. He said, no, I'm scanning every single passenger thinking, oh, he looks a bit dodgy or you know, so, yeah. I don't know how people get into this conspiracy theory about it all as well. That's what annoys me. When people are saying it was a deliberate act by the government out there, and I find that a bit distasteful, isn't it, Dave?
Why is any government going to do that?
Absolutely, and I don't understand that. I don't know where that came from and why people would think that, or you know, yeah. Not everything is a conspiracy, is it?
I think the conspiracy that makes me smile is the ones that say we've never been to the moon.
Oh, the flat earthers is the one that gets me, because I was in a chat one night and it got raised, and someone went, "It's a serious thing," he said. There's people that believe this all around the globe, and I went, "Well, you just said the magic word, globe." Yeah.
Well, they say, oh, we didn't go there because it was all fake and everything. Okay, so how is it that there are laser reflectors on various parts of the moon's surface?
Yeah.
How is it the Indians, the Chinese, and the Russians confirmed the landing sites on the moon as they've gone past it in orbit?
Yeah. It's one of those, I think, so many of them obviously watched the film Capricorn 1.
Yeah.
Dave saying if he wants dodgy Colin, he only has to walk around Basingstoke. Absolutely. Poor old Dave. I always remember Dave when he turned up here. He spent ages trying to find my house. He said, didn't even appear on Google Maps. I went, no, I know. Good, isn't it? How do you do that? He says. I said, they forget this house is here. They forget that you go down the end of the path and there's another row of houses there. It's like, yeah. Which is great fun because the Amazon drivers always look well flustered when they turn up. Trying to explain to Dave when he went to go home how to get out. So all we got to do, Dave, is just walk through that little bit there and look. Oh, he said, that's typical. He said, I've walked around here for hours. He said, looking for you where you are. So, yeah.
It's like the masonette I used to live in. People used to turn up and they used to go, well, where does he live?
Yeah.
Because the little block of masonettes that I lived in, from one side of it, looked just like two semi-detached houses put together.
Yeah. Yeah, we get it with the taxi drivers. You know, you order a taxi, it's like, I'll meet you out by the railings. That's all right, mate. I'll find you. And I'm like, you won't. No, I'll be all right. And then you get a phone call. This is the taxi driver. Yeah, I am parked at such and such, and I can't find. I said, I offered to meet you by the railings. I'll be there in a minute. And they've got that. All right, point taken. No, it does throw people, but One of them things, isn't it? It's a stealth house. That's how I always say. I'll tell you something, Dave. This has been an enjoyable build, this one, isn't it, mate?
Well, it's mine's come to an abrupt stop because I've thrown a bit on the floor and I can't find it.
Oh.
I still can't find it.
Would you like me to have a momentary pause and have a look in chat whilst you recover your missing item?
It might be a while.
That's all right. I'll have a quick looky-loo in the chat. Dave saying he's still walking around Basingstoke. He ain't got home yet. They don't call it Donut City for nothing, Dave. Trying to give road directions to someone who's not from Basingstoke, that's in Basingstoke, is quite a nightmare. You go 20 yards down the road to the roundabout, then you go to the next roundabout, then you take this one off that roundabout and go to that roundabout, and then, yeah, you got it. I reckon when they was planning this town, they was sitting there having a cup of coffee or a pint, and every time they put their glass down, it left a ring on the map, so they just put a roundabout there.
How can you do
Oh, Lewis, you're saying I wish Nat lived in a place like that so I couldn't find her. Yeah, you wouldn't be without her, mate. She's a diamond, that girl. She looks after you, mate, and does it with a smile, bless her. She needs a medal. Does our Nat?
Needs more than a bleeding medal.
Yeah, we all love our Nat. Don't you pick on her. Leave her alone. Nat's sitting there going, yes. Yeah.
Found it.
Have you found it, Dave?
Yeah, I put my hand on it and it stuck to my skin.
Good man.
Found more by luck than chance, I think.
Oh, absolutely, mate.
Hang on, I've got.
That's another topic of conversation. If you had the chance to go to a country, what country would it be?
Ooh. Me, I think it would have to be Japan and go to Tokyo for all of the gadgets.
Yeah, nice country, Japan. Very lovely culture. It's a good shout, actually. I'd like to go back to Australia, but now you've said Japan, I'm kind of thinking, actually, yeah.
Plus the fact, go and then once you've done all the gadgets, you can go round and have a visit at the Tamiya factory, can't you?
Tamiya factory. Wins. Yep, Japan it is. Road trip.
I've seen videos of people that have been there, and I think, oh yeah, now if I could ever do that would be, and to go round the Tamiya shop. Yeah.
Okay, quick.
Why do I think that they would have to have a separate 747 just for Dave?
Yeah, I was just going to Google how much a cargo plane from Japan back to the UK would cost. Yeah. I somehow feel that we would end up spending every penny that we own.
Yeah, what a road trip, though.
Yeah, I concur with your choice there, mate. Sorry, Australia, but I've now changed my mind. Dave got me on Tamiya factory. It's like, yeah.
Oh.
I'm sitting here thinking, oh, this is quite a tall model, And then I thought, well, it is based on a very tall building, you pillock. Nothing gets past festa, does it? Eh?
There's always one, isn't there?
Absolutely. I am that special one that was at the back of the exam room, mate. You know.
Yeah. Oh, don't push too hard, otherwise you'll push them through you, parrot.
I would say it gets easier as it gets higher, but I've got a hand like a pound of sausages, and yeah.
Hang on. How can you go? And I say.
Right, yeah, I'll get it now. So that holds it down. That was by ours. I think it was a bit wobbly, but no, it's because that pulls it down again. Go first. There you go. Dum da da dum dum dum. What do we got? Lucky for Lewis, then, Dave. I've now got a pink cut, and Nat might send her a surprise package. Oh, you got it, okay, Nat? Yeah, we was wondering whether you'd got it yet. Good. Yeah. And that's brownie points that Dad earned there, mate. You should have seen how smug he looked when he realised he was getting brownie points for doing that. Yeah, the girls in the patron hangout was like, "You're going to get all the brownie points for that, Dad."
Oh, he filled his skip up, did he?
Oh, absolutely. And he did hold back. He mocked me mercilessly, Dave, he did. Oh, Carl,
No,
I've got all the brownie points, mate.
Oh,
Yeah.
And two for one.
Nat saying she'd love to go to Poland to see where my family roots are from. My dad came from Poland in the war. Yeah, that would be very poignant, Nat.
Perfect.
It seems to go a bit chunky in the 190s. I'm not sure why. So I'm going to pull that piece out of there and see the direction that goes in, because that doesn't look.
Are you at 191, 192?
Yeah, it seems to go off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then you get 193, 194. It seems to be building almost another base, doesn't it? You know what I mean? That's that shape of the base. It seems to go
Yeah.
a bit Pete Tong, doesn't it?
It does. I'm trying to.
And it's trying to assemble another base section, Dave. And I'm not sure what. Yeah, 191 and 192 don't fit together properly. Just seems a bit strange, doesn't it?
There's 19.
I thought I was going mad there. So I'm going to do 215 onwards and do it in reverse and try and come down the way and see what happens. It just seems a bit strange, doesn't it? How it's gone off on a completely different scale. Dare I say it though? Height-wise, that doesn't look too far off the finished building, does it? So there's only another small layer to go, so yeah, it's a bit strange how that's gone that way, so we'll have a little looky-loo to see what's going on there. But yeah, I did it a couple of bits and I'm like, that don't seem right. So let's do the 200s and see how that goes. 201, 202. Because it could end up be that we just have to have a jiggle round with some of the bits. 9 to a 10, 14, 7, 5. There's number 6, number 7, number 8, like so. So that works fine. But then 209 looks completely different then. This is a bit strange. 208's got no arrows on it.
Oh, right, okay. So right, that goes on. Right, that goes on there. Okay, all right. So coming back, so that goes on there, and that turns up.
So apologies for the slight out of sequence bit, folks, but there appears to be a slight challenge going on with the last section of the building, folks. So
yeah, I'm not really sure what they've done here at the moment.
no, it seems that a few of the bits are a bit out of order, doesn't it? I don't know whether they've made too many of some of the bits. See, that section's gone together okay.
So 201 goes in there like that. Okay. So then.
Okay, so 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 208, I would have thought then goes. This is very strange.
9. That can't be right. 296.
204. Yeah, 203. I know something's made us both go quiet, isn't it?
That can't be right. That's wrong. So what's
Yeah, it's way out, isn't it?
295. Two, 4, and then
201, 200.
that's got to sit on.
Okay. Number 199 is like so.
Sits like that.
Okay. And 196, 197, 198. I think.
It's got to go in there. That fits right. Okay, that fits.
198.
196. Where's
199, 197. Those 5 powers of deduction going to be there then.
so,
196.
one goes in there.
So it's them ones that are the ones that are the wrong ones then. So
Two go in there. So,
right, let's take that off of there. And see whether we can start marrying up some of these shapes. 190, 191.
can't see it at the moment.
192.
Can't have two going up. It's got to be 193 has got to go in there. Is it? Is that right? 193.
That seems to fit. Like so. Okay.
I'm wondering if they've numbered them up wrong.
They have. Try putting 195 into 191, Dave.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah, they've numbered it up wrong, haven't they?
Yeah. Captain Twitchy. Really?
So, what I want now, 19.
I'm just going to go for what fits where as I build it, mate.
Yeah.
That looks like what they've done. They've labelled a couple of them up wrong. We got there in the end.
So 204 goes in there. My only problem is I haven't got.
I can't reach. Really. Damn spinal fusions. There you go. See, you tried to stretch too far there, Festa, and your back can't do it, can it? You wally. Don't be like Festa. Right. But no, there looks like quite a few of these bits are the wrong numbers, mate.
Yeah. So that looks like that goes in there. So I want put in there. Try 6. That can't be right because that's what I want. That's got to go in there, isn't it? Will go in. Right. And that little bit kind of like slots in there.
Like so. Nearly there, mate. It does go together.
Mm. Heck. So, okay. No. 216. Okay, let's try that into that. Oh, and there. It's going to be the last part, isn't it?
Alright, so that's that, and that's that bit. So that's all together now. There you go. I knew it would fit. Like that.
11.
One Empire State building. Finito. 206, 207, 8, 9, 10. Like that. Turn that round. Go in that way. Oh, Captain's shaky. There you go. Captain Twitchy at your service.
Oh, yeah.
Goes together perfectly, doesn't it, in the end?
Yeah, just if anyone buys this one, when you get to the 190s, just be a bit aware that you need to do a bit of circulation.
There you go. Perfect. Look at that. We got that. And we have got the clear bit somewhere, but I can't remember where I put it because it's clear. I can't see it. Unless that's what I had on my floor just now. But all in all, I think they was thoroughly enjoyable, mate.
Well, yeah, it was a bit of a test on the last couple of layers, just to make sure you wasn't going completely screwy.
Yeah, I'm just looking for my spike. I dropped it when I had my Captain Twitchy moment. I can't see it anywhere because it's clear, which is a bit annoying. But I'll plug it in a sec.
I will get some batteries tomorrow, I think. I've got to go to the shops tomorrow anyway, so I might as well get the batteries tomorrow.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's an Empire State building, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and it went together nicely.
I think they went together eventually. Okay.
Yeah, right. Fine. There's a little bit right at the very end that you need to be a bit aware of, but
Yeah, I'm just going to have a look on my floor just to make sure that I ain't running over the missing bit.
yeah.
And literally, Dave's gone quiet. Yeah, it's all right, folks. I'll be back up in a sec. Is he there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So he just went quiet the minute I moved. I'll come back up and talk to the viewers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put my light on.
No, that's all right. It's just, I thought you was going to pad out for me a bit there, mate, but you didn't. Not to worry.
No, sorry, mate. I've got a
No,
message
don't worry, mate.
from, Amazon driver that he's apparently looking for my house.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. I just thought you was going to pad out for me, mate, but not to worry. I'm back now. There you go.
Did you
Spike.
find it?
Sorry?
Did you find your spike?
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to do, mate. Right, let's just, now that I've found that, plug it in. It's, let people see what we've built. I don't know how effective the lighting is, so let's just plug that in, because we went through all of that. The least we can do is show people that it works. He says optimistically, trying to remember which one was positive and which one was neutral. So let's just pop that off of there a sec. Turn that up so that I can see the colours. That's live. And that's neutral. Like so. Have you a bit of that. Have you a bit of that. And your Amazon driver can't find your house.
Yeah, I know.
I can say it. Okay. Sounds like he's not from round there then, Dave, doesn't it, eh?
No, I don't know where he is, but oh well.
And
well, mind you, anything's possible with him at the moment because I ordered a set of speakers and what was delivered was a lady's pink sports bag.
oh dear.
Work that one out. How do you get from speakers to bright pink sports bag?
Yeah, easiest thing to do, Cole, is try to find the switch, isn't it, mate? Really. I love my useless hands. There you go. We have a bit of ambient light going on, so I'll just turn them off, grab my webcam, and show people what we've made. There you go.
Oh,
How does that look?
that looks a bit terrific.
See, and it all changes colour.
Oh, I think I will put mine in my window when it's done.
Yeah. There you go, folks. I'll let that cycle through. Apologies if my camera shakes. I am holding it religiously in both my hands and my teeth to try and stop me shaking it. So
Now you're doing all right. You're doing really well. Oh, that does look good.
it's beautiful, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah, I will get some batteries and I will get mine tested tomorrow.
what do you reckon, peeps? Do you think that they've turned out okay? Do you like them? Do you like what we've done there?
Yeah, let us know.
And I think for what we paid for them, that is actually quite beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I'm well chuffed with mine, even though I've not got my lights on. But
What do you reckon, peeps? Yeah.
yeah,
So hopefully you like them.
Oh, Modelers United is saying cool. Smurfworks is saying nice. Ice Queen is saying, oh, that's nice and pretty.
It is, isn't it? That is really effective, Dave.
Yeah,
Especially when it's right in. Sorry, mate, go on.
No, I'm liking that. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, especially when it's right in front of you, because you see all the different facets lit. And
Mike is saying, "Oh, that's lovely." And Modelers United has come back and said, "Put King Kong on top."
yeah, I'm going to resin print a couple of King Kongs, Dave. I'll send you one up for yawn, mate.
Okay, thank you.
So hopefully that's given you an idea of, what we've been up to today. He says, try and put his webcam back.
Yeah, needs King Kong and a few planes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. And it is such a simple little circuit. And it saved me having to buy batteries. So there you go, folks. What? One Empire State building nearly demolished by Festa. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, mate. And it leads you to think now, having seen how that's come out, we can almost envisage how the other two are going to look now, can't we?
Oh yeah.
You know, the ones we got the Statue of Liberty, haven't we? And we've got Big Ben.
That should hopefully be the one that's being delivered today, and we got Big Ben.
Yeah. And luckily, with the Liberty, Dave, it's very similar to what the Empire State is. It's got some clear panels.
Oh right, okay.
The whole Statue of Liberty herself is transparent, frosted transparency, so she lights up like the top of the Empire.
Oh right, yeah.
It really is a nicely done piece, but considering from the 190s up, that was a bit of a faff. What I'll do in the comments, folks, if you've got one of these, is I'll go back through mine and take the top part off, and I'm going to put in the piece sequence that they fit in to get get it built for you, so that you don't suffer the same problems that me and Dave had there. Sorry,
I think mine will get slightly deconstructed, and I think, especially around the clear parts, I think I'm going to put some
extra thin.
Yeah. And see if I can just line the pieces up a little bit, because they've come a little bit askew.
It's one of them models that, we're now both sitting there thinking, right, where are we going to put these?
Well, I'm going to put mine in my box window so that people can see it when it goes.
It's one of them. It's probably going to go up on the top shelf, up the back there, and sit there and be lit up, because it's one of them. Because once all of them are done, I'm going to have them on a daisy chain, so I just put one switch on and they all light up. So yeah, I like that. That was well worth, I don't know what we paid for them one day. 20 quid.
20 quid.
Something like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
But no, hopefully, folks, you've enjoyed them. But Muse says, definitely needs King Kong and a few planes. Yeah, it's got to have a King Kong on it, isn't it? Yeah,
it needs a King Kong, and it needs a couple of aeroplanes.
Yeah, a couple of little biplanes.
And dare I say, a King Kong with a screaming blonde in it.
Muse was saying about countries, Japan, then India. Oh, nice choice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice choice. See, I'd like to see the Forbidden City in China. Is it the Forbidden City in Tiananmen Square?
I'm not sure.
I'd also like to go to Moscow, just to have a good old nose round Moscow and have a looky-loo. Muse is saying, that puts Australia last by default. Absolutely. As soon as Dave said Tamiya factory, mate, I'm like, Japan.
Yeah.
To the point I shall Google how much a plane is. Plane to Japan is. Mate. It'll be like, yeah, start saving now, mate. Can you imagine us two?
You're gonna want a UPS 747 to bring it all back, aren't you?
Oh, mate, I'd get that container ship down that we're going to build, mate, and say, right, I want a full size one of them, chartered. Yeah.
Exclusively for Festa and Dave.
Oh, mate, could you imagine us two going around the Tamiya factory, Dave?
Yeah, but can you imagine what it's going to be like at the other end? Customs.
Dave says, I did the big one on my bucket list. He piddled in a volcano and said, I ain't scared of no fire. Okay, Dave, I worry about you a lot. Hughes was saying she was in Hawaii after high school, so she's seen a volcano or two. Absolutely. I can remember seeing when Mount St. Helens erupted in the US and the tragedy that caused.
Yeah.
And that was the power of nature. Suddenly becomes very real, doesn't it, when you see something like that? Modelers United said that we both look puzzled. See what you did there, mate? Good pun. I like that, Fred. You'll fit in well with us too, mate.
Really?
I thought that was a good pun, mate. Far better than any of the ones I can come up to.
I wondered why he'd gone quiet, because he'd been puzzling that one through.
Oh, here he goes, see. Yeah. Hey. Sue's saying she's chilling and relieved. I've got home in one piece. As you know, it's the 13th and all the numpties are about. Yeah.
That's why I didn't go to work today.
Friday 13th in the year 2020. What possibly could go wrong? Yeah. First thing that happened when I got up, my missus went, whatever you've got on your list that might be mildly dangerous, remove it. And I looked at her and I went, it sounds to me, love, like you don't trust me. And she went, remove it.
Yep, so it's here.
Oh, good, yeah.
So is that the next one that we're going to do then?
Yeah.
Whenever.
I have a cunning plan for that, and I'll tell you that when we're off air.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a cunning plan for that one.
He says, putting it out the way.
Absolutely, mate. What else have we got? Lewis is saying, I tried to drive safely, but there's lots of buttons and switches. Absolutely, mate. I used to remember when I used to shunt Arctics and that, you know, it's like, oh, what does this do? Thump. Yeah.
That's one thing I'd like to have a go at, driving an articulated lorry.
Yeah, I did my shunters course, and I used to thoroughly enjoy it, moving everything around in the yards and that, you know, but dare I say it, my field of vision isn't great. So I worry that if I'd gone out onto the main roads, I would have caused carnage. So I used to do, where we had such a big distribution centre, I used to shunt all the trailers about in the yard and all of that lot and line them all up and move tractor units about. Yeah. The drivers would come in, pull in to the holding area, and then they would go off and sign out and go home, and I would move all the lorries about and park them all up ready for their runs in the mornings. And dare I say it, it was one of the most enjoyable jobs I've ever had, Dave.
I had my, at one point, I had my forklift certificate.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the unloading and the loading of
them. Yeah, getting your forklift licenses. I had that. Narrow aisle pickers, the ones that you used to go up in. The big companies had that one.
I just had the standard counterbalance.
Yeah, and the bendy. Do you remember the bendy forklifts with a big hinge in the middle? One of those.
Yeah, no, I just had the standard counterbalance.
Mm. Yeah, and if you had the really big lorries come in, you used to have the big Lancing Hendley side loader that you used to fire up and gun down the yard in. So
yeah, we had two. We had we had the standard one, and then you had the other one where you could move the blades sideways.
Yeah, brilliant trucks, mate. And you should have your shunting map on your clipboard of where all the stuff needed to be. It was like a game of Jenga, mate. Oh, mate.
Oh, I as soon as the lorry come in, I'll go and do it.
Dave was saying he was expecting you to have a twitch and turn yours into Jenga. No, that's normally me, mate. I did get the extra fin out on a couple of wobbly bits, but I shall go back over it and do a little bit of fettling.
Yeah, I think there will be a few bits that will be stuck.
Absolutely. Music's saying the ones that get me are on the highway. I'm doing well over the legal limit and they glare at you as they pass. Yeah.
It's ones on the M4 at the moment because they drive their big posh Jaguars and Mercedes and whatever's, and they think that they don't have to abide by the 50.
Yeah.
Because they're driving their big posh cars, they seem to think they're above.
Yeah. Lewis is saying he did his shunting for 6 months before he took his HGV one. Yeah, it's one of those. I always wanted to do it, but I don't know why. I think I had this sense of foreboding that something wasn't quite right with me, if you know what I mean. Probably an early thing about the condition, like, you know what I mean. And I just thought, I don't trust myself. I'd worried that if someone ran out in me, I felt my reaction times were beginning to dwindle and all of that, which is why I stopped all the shunting.
Well, Joseph Kelly, his wife is licensed. She drives a forklift and a front loader. Ooh.
Oh, good girl.
I'd love to have a go at a front loader as well.
Yeah. I've always wanted to drive, when you watch the quarry shows and you see that big tipper truck, the big one.
Oh, the one with the monster wheels on it.
Yeah, where the cab looks about that big and it's right up there and it's like...
You've got about 6 ladders to go before you get into the cab.
Yeah, the 2 jobs is that one and being the guy right up on top of the skyscraper in the tower crane.
No, but what about one of those, what is it? Is it Ravel's got the model of it, the big...
Oh, quarry. You're about the bucket loader, the quarry. Yeah.
How about one of them?
Oh. Yeah, often if I see a tower crane up there, I look up and I think, I would love to be that guy in that cab looking out over the city. Yeah. But it's the getting up and down the ladders that's the hard part, as you know, because I got my foot stuck on that stool, didn't I, the other week when I fell through it, and it was this really is.
You've had carry the night before, and you've gone all the way up there, and then you get that impending urge, and you think this is a long way down.
Well, there's some awfully big pigeons up there, isn't there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know they would have a bottle or a portaloo or something like that, but there's still that thing, isn't there, of, how can I say, doing your business all the way up there, you'd still think, what if someone can see me?
Yeah.
You would, wouldn't you? It's human nature, isn't it?
Yeah,
you'd want to draw the curtain
around before you did what you was going to do, and just to make sure there was no other bloke in a crane. Oh, I know what you're doing.
I'm going to draw the curtains because a plane might fly over and someone might see me. Yeah. But of course, you'd have to sit there reading the paper because that's what blokes do, don't they? Or in the modern world, we take our phones, don't we? We do a bit of messenger and a bit. All right. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Yeah. Musie's going. She went on a plant tour with Gramps when she was little. She got to sit in his overhead seat. Oh my God, the plant was awesome from up there over the paint line. Absolutely, darling. We have a lot of the Discovery documentaries on, don't we, over here, and they show them sort of high-risk jobs that people do, and a bit like the guy that goes along the electric cable, and he gets helicoptered in, and he has to ground himself on the cable. and then he
Yeah.
goes on the power lines. It's an American company that does it, and he goes along and he repairs all the masts, and then they have to ground themselves to come off, otherwise they're instant fry up, aren't they? And
Yeah, because they got like chainmail all over them as well.
yeah, that would be a little bit of a twitchy moment, wouldn't it? You know.
Yeah, get that wrong and you won't be doing it again.
Exactly, and the guy that goes down in the diving bell, you know, the one that does the welding on the oil,
No.
you know, the one. I mean, it's probably done in an RV now, but I can remember back in the 70s and early 80s, there was a few diving bells that had fallen, and people had to go down and get the diver, and
yeah.
So yeah, there's a few of them jobs. But I'd like to be next to James Cameron when he goes down to the Titanic, just to sit there and go, that is a boat. And, you know,
a big boat.
Yeah, that's a shipwreck there. And I've seen it with my own blinkers. You know what I mean? It must be an immensely humbling experience.
Oh, yeah.
Also quite poignant as well, because a lot of people lost their lives. But if I could go in an RV and dive all the shipwrecks and just have a sit down and I'm having a looky-loo at that. I've always wanted to see that, and there it is. I'm an inquisitive old fart as I've got older. Lewis is going, I wouldn't do the tower crane. Can't open the door of my cabin, look down. Me and heights don't mix. Yeah, it's not for everyone, mate. Fred's saying, yeah, the floors are glass. Yeah, I know. That's the thing, you know. People looking up and going, oh, look, it's a full moon. No, Festa's forgot to draw the blind. Yeah.
Or the other ones to have a go at. You know, in the ports where they're taking the containers off.
Yes.
You got the crane.
Yeah, the gantry crane that goes along the quayside, yeah.
And that's got a glass bottom because they're just looking through it and doing the... No.
Yeah. Dave's going, I used to love driving my coach round Aosta where they filmed the Italian Job. Yeah, you want to ride a motorbike round some of them Italian roads, Dave. God, it's proper twitchy bum and big bold eyelids moments, mate.
Yeah, I'll bet.
But Dave, the views are stunning, mate. But you're going along a road down the side of a mountain that is zigzag, like all the way down, and you've got the crumbling cobbles next to you. You're on a sports bike, giving it the beans, and you're like, if I will go another foot, I'm going over there. Yeah. Well, I think we've done well there, mate.
We have. I am towered up. I'll get my coat.
I think we've got ourselves into a good state.
Oh dear.
Not that we've been empire building. He's like, I can see the cogs going. He's like, I ain't going to let him win. I'm not going to let him win one. Go on. It's there. Come on.
No, it's not there. There is nothing there. You've won. I'll let you win this, won't you?
Yeah. Archie saying that he used to ski in that place. Lewis is saying that the kids and I went to Blackpool Tower. That was not a good day as he was bricking it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went down the Spinnaker Tower, which is down by where Dave lived. Dave lives in Portsea in Portsmouth, and I went up the old Spinnaker Tower, and they got the old square bit of glass there, you know, and I stood on there, and I'm like, I'm a man of a certain build, and I'm thinking, this needs to be strong. I hope the glue that's holding this in has got a good bit of stick to it, because...
Yeah. Is there, I'm sure I saw it on the news, there's a place somewhere in China that's got a glass-floored bridge.
Yeah, it goes right out over a ravine, doesn't it? And yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Osric says it's been a towering success. Archie's put a film in, The Empire Strikes Back. See what he did there? Muse is saying, come on, Dave, don't give in. Muse is saying CN Tower up in Canada was fun. Absolutely.
Mind you, if you got a box of matches, you'd have a towering inferno.
Yeah. See, there you go. I like You feel happy now, don't you?
Go up like a candle, wouldn't it?
It would, mate. It would. But no, definitely, mate. Definitely got to have a King Kong.
Oh yeah.
But no, I'm pleased with that. I like how that.
Oh,
works.
I am. Well, I'm pleased with the Harry Potter bus, and I'm pleased with that one. So the other two.
I have a distinct feeling that this will be claimed by she who acquires things, but she still hasn't found my little bench hoover yet. So
I am so surprised about that.
I can imagine this will get claimed by she who likes buildings and metal art and things like that. And I think it will be, that would look nice on the windowsill in the conservatory lit up at night.
And it will just levitate its way into the conservatory.
Oh yeah, because I'll put up a good fight to keep it, which means I'll hand it over straight away and offer to go out and plug it in.
Yes.
So, should we wrap up there then, Dave?
I think we should. I think we've had a really good afternoon. I hope everybody has enjoyed
absolutely
the events.
And apologies to Chris for overlapping, mate. Didn't give it a thought, to be quite honest with you, mate, because Fox normally streams later on a Friday. I'm sure he does. Yeah. But anyways, not to worry. And I think we'll wrap up then, Dave, eh?
Yes, I think we should.
We will look forward to seeing you all on Sunday. Yes. Patrons, I'll see you tomorrow night. And until then,
bye, everyone.